Hey kids, welcome to day 3 of Aw shit, maybe I should make a video gust. Today we're going to be talking about how to start your own manga collection without going so broke that you have to panhandle on the street, so then you're just sleeping on top of your piles of manga. I know there are a whole bunch of other guides out there to this kind of thing, but they all had the personality of a potato. Not that I'm that much different, but at least I'm not going, hey guys, okay, we're gonna be, this is what you have to do. Nobody wants that. And if you go look at my old videos, that's 100% what I did, and they're awful. That's why I don't make them anymore. That's why I stopped so many times. They were just dog shit. But anyway, starting your own manga collection without going super broke. Okay, so first off, I think a trap that a lot of people get themselves into is basically getting super overwhelmed really, really fast. And something to keep in mind is that you're not gonna own every manga. Like that's just objectively true. Like you're just not going to. And because you're not going to own every single manga in the world, and there are a lot of series out there that are just super duper long, like your One Piece and your Dragon Ball, and even humoring having a complete set of it, whatever it is like a multiple $100 investment, like, you know, again, Dragon Ball or Berserk back there, you can kind of see, I think. Thing you're going to want to do is to set boundaries for yourself, to set parameters for what you do and don't want to collect. That is a sick life hack that no one talks about. I've never seen anyone even kind of acknowledge it. Like, even within the stuff that you already enjoy, like, set some parameters. Like, for me, personally, it's horror, guro, stuff that I just really enjoyed that I just never, ever thought would get an English release, or stuff that at some point previously I pirated and I enjoyed so much that I said, now that I have, you know, the spare cash, I want to physically own this and do this the legit way. So those are my parameters, mostly focused around horror, because that has the added benefit of showing, you know, publishers like Viz or whatever, or, you know, Seven Seas, that these titles are viable, they're stuff that people want, like me. That's why you get things like Frankenfran. Oh shit, the cops are coming. Oh no, they know I'm a weeaboo. We gotta get out of here, y'all. Okay, so I dodged the cops, so I guess the cops fucking know that I have all this sick illegal manga here. Who fucking narked on me? I swear to fucking God. No, but in all seriousness, where was I? Collection. Yeah, set parameters for yourself, and set parameters for what you want to do. Be that collect shonen stuff, be that collect one series or a couple of series, be that going back and collecting stuff from your childhood. And once you sort of have those loose boundaries set, so you technically can't spend infinity money on your manga, then I guess you want to kind of decide how much manga do you sort of want to buy. Like, that sort of thing vastly differs on, like, are you aiming to fill a bookshelf? I personally was aiming to fill up a bookshelf, so I'm very prone to buying things in bulk, but we'll come back to that. So one thing that I advise is focusing on one series at a time. And when I say series, like, I mean, like, you want to prioritize what series you're sort of hunting after, because the one thing you never want to do, unless if you're like me and it's a brand new release, like a fresh, hot off the presses take, used copies don't exist yet because it came out like yesterday, and you specifically want to go out of your way to, you know, show that there is a demand for this product, you never want to buy the MSRP. Like, unless if you just really want to support your fucking brick and mortar comic book store, because the manga community is a lot smaller than the anime community. Like, for example, a well-selling anime might have hundreds of thousands of people watching, sometimes tens of thousands, well, in the States anyway. But for, like, a manga to sell well, they might sell, I don't know, 4 or 5,000 copies. So, you know, every one, or sometimes even less than that. So every single one you buy counts sometimes. Anyway, assuming that you're not on your moral high horse about that, you never ever want to buy it MSRP. And the best way to do that is to buy it used and to buy it in bulk. Those are the two secret techniques to, well, the first of many actually. We're gonna tell you more. When you buy it in bulk, you're probably not going to be paying MSRP for each and every one, because normally manga costs between $10 and $12 a volume, give or take. You know, there was a time long ago when it was like $8, but I don't think that's true anymore, except for like Shonen Jump titles, and even then only the very basic Shonen Jumps, like reprints of Dragon Ball, I think, and One Piece. But I think One Piece may be the only one relevant to this conversation, because I feel like stuff like Hero Aka is still, you know, $10, but that's neither here nor there. You always want to get it in bulk, because you will definitely get a discount in bulk. Personally, for me, I am a bargain hunter, and we'll talk about bargain hunting more in like 2 seconds. I won't bother unless if I'm buying in bulk and or 60% off. So that's about $5 per volume, give or take. So my okay to go ahead and buy something is when it's about half off. Normally Right Stuff Anime, which is a pretty cool site for buying your manga, they have a clearance section that's just stuff that they just are desperate to get rid of. Like, it's been rotting in there, presumably, since like 2006. It's been liquidated by Tokyo Pop. Like, it's been rotting there since 2008. They're trying to get rid of it. Fire sale, $3. I don't care. Get it out of here. Commonly, those will go on sale. They'll also go on sale around the holidays, where commonly they'll hit about that halfway amount. Especially during the holiday season, where they'll have bundles. You definitely want to look out for their bundles as well. A lot of used bookstores will have manga too, but that's a little bit of a scattershot. My cat wants to come in. That's definitely a little bit of a scattershot, because normally with used bookstores you will find it for about the price you're looking for, give or take. Especially if they're random volumes. But you have to be a little bit wary of random volumes, because there's a solid chance that, again, if you're planning on buying it in bulk, you may just end up with a double. Like, I bought volume 1 through 10 of Ajin or whatever for, I don't know, like $60 or something, or $75. But, I have 2 volumes of Volume 5, because I bought Volume 5 a couple weeks ago for like $3. So that's one that I try to make a mental note of. Another place to get pretty cool deals is swap meets at conventions. You will find a lot of very random shit, and one thing to be aware of, if you are a shoujo fan or a fujo, people are getting rid of their, like, 2006 era shoujo and fujo shit all the time. So if you want yourself some Gravitation, you want yourself some Dragon Knight, was that what it's called? I think so. You want yourself some Clamp in general. You want yourself some of that old Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. You want some Fushimi Yugi. There you go. No problem. No problem fun. You can find that almost certainly at a swap meet at your local anime convention, which is a good segue to my next point. Don't feel overwhelmed to buy used manga like right now. Don't do that, because something to keep in mind is that people are trying to get rid of their collections every day. Maybe because they're moving and, you know, they have to get rid of it. Maybe they're finding that they don't have space anymore. Maybe they're finding that, you know, they're not in love with this hobby as much as they used to be. Or they just want to cut down on having as much, you know, physical media. People are trying to get rid of this shit all the time, which is why for more popular series like Attack on Titan or whatever, you know, it's relatively easy to find like a full or half a collection for not a lot of money, because, you know, they were really down on it like right when it came out and for like years afterwards, but after a while just said, no, I don't like where this is going. And this goes double for these long running series. Another thing to look out for is that Viz specifically loves to put out these collections of stuff. these sort of box sets that I think don't normally come with a whole lot. Usually they hover between like $100 and $200. More often than not, you can find them for $100. They have it for Claymore, One Piece, Death Note. I think the Death Note one costs a little bit less. Bakuman, I think. The one where he's drawn, and it's drawn by the guy who did Death Note. And Rurouni Kenshin. And I'm getting the feeling, and I haven't checked this, I wonder if the Rurouni Kenshin is going for way less on the secondary market right now, because that guy is a kitty fiddler. Who knows? Who knows? Kitty cat, sir. She's eating cardboard. Where was I? Oh yeah, manga. So yeah. Now, I guess then the next step is start buying your manga. So something to keep in mind if you are a person that has found themselves with a bunch of disposable income is how much space do you have for your manga? I advise getting an IKEA bookshelf. I think they're pretty useful and very cheap and very stylish. You can customize the backs of them. So, you know, you can show off all your other anime weeb garbage. You could really add some customizable ways in which you have thrown away your time and money and, you know, have a physical souvenir of how you wasted your life. Okay, and of course, eBay. Can't forget about eBay. That thing I said about don't buy in too fast goes double for eBay. Because commonly there will be a lot of vendors that put things at or even commonly above MSRP. Basically in hopes that someone new will pop up and say, ooh, I just want all Parasite. It's about 8 volumes. Here it is, $120. That's a bad deal. That's a bad deal. If it's about $10 a volume, it's a bad deal. Now, there are certain series. Berserk is one of them. Or at least it was one of them. I'm not sure if it still is, but I'm guessing if it's not right now, it will go back to being that in a couple of months or a year or two. Where commonly the bulk of it will just be out of print, and you're going to be out of luck, and the best you're going to be able to do is buy it used somewhere for, again, above MSRP. Like, it's very common to see some of the later or middling volumes of Berserk that not everyone is interested in. Well, not interested, but, you know, the first volume sells a lot, and the most recent volume has the, the first volume and the most recent volume always have the most in print at one time. So if you get, like, a weird middle one, like, oh, here's number 18, then, you know, it might weirdly be shot up. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, like, Berserk number 4 was like $100. Or one, Drifting Classroom, which is, I believe, 12 volumes long. Most of it hovers around, like, $7-8 a copy, except for volume 7. That one is like $42 for some random reason. Oh, sorry, I thought my thing was trying to tell me something. So for these sort of obscure titles, that's definitely something to be aware of, that sometimes you'll find most of a set, but not all of it, with weird random ones missing. Or sometimes you'll find half of a set, and it'll just be damn near impossible to find the other half. The rule of thumb is that shonen stuff is generally pretty safe and doesn't have weird, huge spikes because it sells a lot. But, like, seinen stuff is the stuff that will randomly have, like, one volume that's really high. Although, one more thing that a lot of people don't consider is the shorter, small series that you can find at a relatively discounted price. Don't underestimate series that are only 4 or 5 volumes long, because, hey, sometimes you'll find something really cool and interesting in it, like Inuyashiki, Frankenfran, and countless things by Viz Media that, I'm sorry, not Viz, Tokyo Pop that no one has ever heard of. Which is great for me as a horror fan. There are a shit ton of those. Okay, so I think you're ready. I think I've passed my wisdom on to you. So set boundaries, set parameters, set budget, make a hit list of the things that you want to get so you don't just buy infinity of them. Like, if you want to sit down and you want to collect Pokemon, you collect those Pokemon. But if you see, like, here's all of Naruto for like $150, don't get sidetracked because it's just not the thing you're buying. Like, just blinders. Like, you want to buy One Piece, you buy the One Piece. You don't buy the Dragon Ball. Discipline is a big part of this because you're indulging in something. So it's kind of hard to say, like, where's the line? Like, if you're going to McDonald's and you're already eating, like, 6 hamburgers, you kind of have to know where can you say, okay, I'm not going to eat any pies or whatever. So, with that knowledge, I think you're ready. So you go out there, now that you know all my secret tricks, and you wreak some fucking havoc, you weeaboo slime.